Hello, hello. Amira Alvarez here, founder and CEO of The Unstoppable Woman. And I'm here in beautiful Stowe, Vermont. I'm going to show you, I'm in my suite. I'm going to show you, it's starting to rain out there, but let's see, can I show you? There's gondolas going up the mountainside. It's totally gorgeous here. And I'm here to host the Spirit of Wealth Mastermind for the last retreat for 2018. The beautiful women in that mastermind are coming, and we're going to dig in deep to all things Spirit of Wealthy. So that is why I'm here. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about Joe the driver from last night. It's a little bit of a quirky Facebook Live concept, but it really struck me last night. So my flight was delayed. I changed airlines to get here last night so that I wouldn't have to fly tomorrow and miss meetings and things like that. And it meant that I was going to be coming in a bit later on a different airline into a very small airport, Burlington, Vermont. And my assistant, Elizabeth, was concerned about whether this driving company that was set to pick me up at the airport and, whisk me off to the lodge was going to have all the details and make sure that they were there. She didn't want me to get stuck in the middle of the night in this little small town. Not that small. I mean, Burlington has some size to it. But anyways, Joe the driver texts me when I arrive, tells me where he is. I get into the car. He's this guy from New York, from Long Island. Kind of a big guy, Italian. He's wearing like shorts and a t-shirt, very casual. He throws my bags in the back and he whisks me away. Anyways, we get talking. It's, practically, I think it's after midnight at this point. And we are driving through the middle of Vermont in the dark. And this guy has such an incredible laugh. He's like giggling alive. And I'm really struck by this. So I'm talking to him about well, how did you move from Long Island to Vermont? Like, what is a dude like you, like the big Italian guy, doing in this kind of, to be honest, a little bit of a frou-frou, yuppified, precious, no judgment, I love places like this, town, like Stowe, Vermont. It's like this little snow globe of a town. Like, it's just little perfect. And it turns out Joe the driver sold 3 companies and moved to Vermont because he could. And he didn't know why he was here, what he was doing, but he was so delighted by his life. And he was just giggling about it. And we had such a good time in the middle of the night waiting for the roadblocks. They're doing construction in the middle of the night. So we're waiting for the guys to let us through the roads, and we're talking about life in general, and it turns out that he's the owner of the company. I'm like, why is I don't get this. He sold 3 companies, he moved to Vermont. What are you doing picking me up in the middle of the night in this car? And he's like, oh, your assistant, she called 3 times and she was so sweet and she was so worried about you and making sure that you got what you needed, that I was like, I will take care of you. I will pick her up myself. And it's this sort of magical thing that happens in life. I'm good to my assistant, she's good to me, she goes the extra mile, this guy goes the extra mile. And then we have this amazing conversation in the middle of the night where he's laughing and asking me if I'm like Tony Robbins. And I had to giggle about that. I'm like, well, Tony Robbins might be a little bit, in a league of his own. But it was such a delightful experience. And it could have been kind of a crappy experience because my flight was delayed and, there were all these mishaps. I didn't get my TSA thing printed on my ticket. So, it took me longer to get through the airport. All these little tiny things that I could have let really drive me crazy. I didn't. And it made me available to have this beautiful conversation with Joe, the owner of the company, who because I am treating nicely is treating me nicely. And it's this love fest that happens. And he's like telling me all the places to go to and pointing out the good restaurants. And he says, call me whenever you need a ride. I'll pick you up personally, right? He's taking care of me. All of this, what does it have to do with running your own business, being an unstoppable woman, all of that? Well, when you are not constrained by money, for instance, and the worry that comes from scarcity thinking, you become more available to life. You become open. You're no longer shut down and tight all the time. And it means that you can laugh and have fun and treat everyone with respect and live a super delighted life without that fear inside of you. But it starts, for me, this didn't happen overnight, right? Like, how is it that, it's easy for me to have a driver pick me up. I stay in a suite. I'm in this beautiful location. I come extra days ahead of time. I treat myself well like that. Where did it start? Because it didn't start, I didn't jump to this place, okay? It started one decision point at a time. It decided by me investing in myself, learning how to change my mindset, learning how to develop the skill set to show up this way and to be open and confident. And it's allowed me to really glow in life. And I don't say that from a pompous perspective. I say that from a place of, I want this for you too. I want you to have a completely lit up life. But it takes you deciding to go for it. And that decision is the decision that's right in front of you. I don't know what that is for you today, but there is something that you're either deciding to invest in money-wise, or you're deciding not to invest in. You're saying yes to life. I want that. Yes, I'll go for it. Versus, maybe you don't have enough money. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I'm going to make the wrong decision. Maybe I'm going to make a mistake. And you constrain yourself. And that cuts you off from your next step, where spirit, source, energy, all of that is leading you towards, okay? So if you want more in life, you have to take that first next step that's right in front of you in order to get to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. And you keep having to say yes, okay? So that's an incredibly important nugget. It seems very simple, but most people, they have a money decision in front of them. In fact, I was thinking about this the other day, how many money decisions we have throughout the day. I was getting ready for this trip, so there was a lot of errands that I was running and things I was doing, and I was booking Ubers, and I was, tipping people and deciding to go here and deciding to go there and buying this and buying that. It was a day of like 1,001 money decisions. And if I had been in worry, fear, doubt, scarcity thinking around money, that would have made me incredibly nervous and tight and like, ugh. But instead, because I have learned, and this is what I teach my clients how to do, make a ton of money, okay? Everyone has the potential to do this. Not everyone executes on it, but everyone has the potential to do this. I don't worry about it. So then I glow. So then I'm happy. So then I'm delighted. I'm not in scarcity. So we are going to go into this a lot more. I have a new teaching call coming up. It's this Thursday at noon Eastern. There will be a recording. However, for those of you who attend live, I am going to be sharing an extra bonus teaching at the end after we turn off the recording. So it's only for those who have attended live. And I hope you can make it, but there will be a recording for those who can't that's available for 72 hours. So I would love for you to join me for that teaching call, we're going to be diving into all sorts of things about how money relates to having a delightful life and how you can really amp it up for yourself. So check it out. The link to sign up for the training call is amiraalvarez.com/become-unstoppable, and it is in the description of this Facebook Live. So have a great day, rock it out. I hope you meet great people on your day-to-day, on your day-to-day that light you up and help you laugh and smile and have an amazing time in your business and in your life. Okay, rock it out. Take care.